What is your American dream?
So my American dream, 1, is to move somewhere where there's no winter, and 2, to do all the things I'm passionate about full time.
Just basically to live out my life the way that I choose, coming here to convention centers like this and finding someone to actually share the enjoyment that I do.
The American dream would be living your life without having to second guess your opinions. Don't sell yourself short of the experience.
My American dream is my own personal freedom and creativity to do what I want, but also others around me. As long as it's safe and fun and everybody's on the same playing field, I don't feel that there should be any limitations. I think you should be able to enjoy your one life that you're given and be grateful and to give back to others as well.
My American dream is just to be happy and to not let anyone get in my way of doing that.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! Oh, there we go. I already feel so much more zen. In the words of Jose and Carlos from Cafecito Espiritual, namaste. Oh, hello everybody! Groundhog Sam here. I've decided that I've been feeling a little bit stressed out lately. I think it's because I've been really racking my brain about how to get to Thailand to meet Pimpa, who still doesn't know who I am, and because the holiday season is coming up, and I've heard that's a very stressful time, as wonderful as it can be. So I decided to take a Groundhog Sam break. Actually, I decided to take a page out of Jose and Carlos's book. They're from Cafecito Espiritual, and if you remember, they taught Jonathan and everybody how to meditate and relax. So I watched that segment again and decided to do a little Groundhog Sam myself. And it's really feeling quite lovely. I feel calm. I feel relaxed. I feel very at peace with everything. Oh, this is gonna be my new meditation nook. I wonder if Brad would do this with me. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, did you miss yesterday's episode of Brad's Show Live? Belgium Kim went to New York City's first annual pizza festival on Arthur Avenue in the Bronx. And we got to see all types of pizza, and that even though it originated in Italy, it's popular all over the globe, that actually Arthur Avenue in the Bronx is considered the real Little Italy by a lot of people. Who knew? Anyway, it's very interesting to hear about the origin of pizza. My favorite is actually mushroom pizza, if you must know. And Anna Ascona gave us an earful about her opinion about Donald Trump saying he's going to create a government shutdown if he doesn't get funding for his little stupid wall. He wants to make it so everyone has to work without getting paid over the holidays so he can have his wall. What a baby. And now, the time you've all been waiting for, introducing 2 of my favorite people, and perhaps yours too, maybe? Brad Bernstein and co-host Belgium Kim. Here we go. Enjoy the show. Okay, back to meditation time. Namaste. Oh, these candles smell delicious. Oh.
Welcome, everybody. November 27th, according to Belgium Kim. I just whispered to her, I go, Kim, what's the date? She goes, it's 27th of November. I go, okay, thank you. And then I said, it's November 27th. Welcome, everybody. That is actually true what happened, other than the this part.
No, that's true.
This part didn't really happen.
We whispered normal.
Yes,
out
well,
of our
right.
normal mouth.
Welcome, Belgium Kim.
Thank you. Hello.
And of course, welcome. Oh no, he's not here again.
But
he's on his vacay. his vacay.
Must be nice.
It must be nice to be him vacaying
Man.
in LA while we are freezing here in New York. Enjoy your vacay, yo-yo.
You're like the Dr. Seuss of reprimanding.
Right? Yes. Because nobody even knew he was on vacation.
He knows he's on
He
vacation.
knew he was on vacation. Nobody else knew he was on vacation.
Listen.
I came in on Monday. I said, "Where's Yo-Yo?" Everyone goes, "I don't know." And then it's like, I don't know, like some like random person in the office said, "Oh, he's on vacation."
He's on vacation.
But nobody on the Brad Show team knew.
Listen, we found out.
We found out.
We found out soon enough.
That's right.
We miss you,
when
Yo-Yo.
when we found out, we came into the studio and we started the show, and he ain't here.
5:29.
At 5:29. So then we found out he's on vacation. Apparently, I okayed it.
Yeah, that sounds like
That's what he
something you would
claims.
do.
He claims I okayed it.
I will say, if he asked, you
Yes.
definitely said yes.
Yes, but I have no now. I may have okayed it on one of those nights like Halloween when we were drinking and
Right.
I was acting crazy
Right.
and I don't remember.
Or the other best time to ask you
Uh-huh.
something is when this is happening.
That is
Because
very
this
true.
is happening and Brad
Right.
is listening out of one ear.
and it's only half an ear.
Right.
Okay, because I need to listen. When I listen,
Yeah.
I'm 50 now. I keep telling everybody this.
Right.
Okay, you can't hear anymore. It's like each ear is like half an ear now. So like you got to listen through both ears, and then it's like you're listening in one ear. So if you only listen now at 50, if I'm listening in one ear, it's like I'm listening through half an ear.
Did your body literally change overnight? Because
Yes.
we've been hearing this 50 thing.
Yes.
Like you use it to justify everything
I am
now.
telling you, I was very spry young man up until September 26th of this year.
Right. And that was it.
That was it. It's all been downhill since.
This is now the 2-month anniversary of your downhill.
Yeah,
downhill
but they
descent.
say 50 is the new 30.
I think that's true.
They say 50 is the new 30.
think
So I'm 30.
I was gonna say,
Right.
it's the year of the Zaddy.
It is the year of the Zaddy. It's also National Day of Giving.
Aha!
Did you know that?
No, I did
Yes,
not know
it
that.
is. Today is hashtag, and we'll say hello to the squad in a second.
Of course.
Okay, but today is hashtag Giving Tuesday. It's the global day dedicated to giving back to people. Now we
that's
give back
great.
to people every day.
Every
here
day.
on Brad Show Live.
That's true.
I believe every day we come on, we give really good information.
Yep.
And we give back every day. Okay, we do
true.
this 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody else in the world does it one day.
Just one day.
Just one day, and it's today.
One Rogue Tuesday.
One Rogue Tuesday. It's
Right.
hashtag Giving Tuesday. It's the global day dedicated to giving back. It started in 2012, just recently.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hadn't heard about it.
The
until
90
recently.
Street, the 92nd Street Y in New York City. It's like it's not the YMCA, but a similar type of organization.
Right.
They created the Day of Giving to bring focus to the charitable season. It's always the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
As it should be.
So, so now here are some organizations that are supporting that we're supporting. We want to promote.
Right.
That are also supporting immigrants on hashtag Giving Tuesday. IRIS, which is
Yeah.
not the IRS, it's the
No.
IRIS. It's the Integrated Refugee and Immigrant Services. HIAS, the Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society. RACES, the Refugee and Immigrant Center for Education Services, IUTA, which is who's IUTA? Providing immigration legal services in the DC area. The Young Center for Immigrant Children's Rights, which champions the best interests of children who arrive in the United States on their own. The Orange County Justice Fund, which aims to ensure that no Orange County, California resident is forced to defend themselves from deportation without an attorney. There's also Al Otro Lotto, which serves indigent deportees, migrants, and refugees. Kids Save, facilitating international adoptions of older children.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
that's a nice one too.
Yeah.
Because a kid gets 8, 9, 10 years old, nobody wants him anymore.
Right.
It's like my dog Lucky and T-Bone. All right, it's true.
is, it
Lucky
is.
and T-Bone. I'm trying to get them adopted. Nobody wants them. They're too old. And many of these organizations are found on the Brad Show Live website. For those who don't know, we have a website.
We do.
And you can go to Brad Show Live .com, and you can look at it. But here is how we are going to be supporting immigrants on hashtag Giving Tuesday.
Absolutely.
There's a couple of others that are not on this list that I would like to bring attention to. There is the Belgium Kim Waffle and Beer Fund to support Belgium Kim, in her hour of need when she needs waffles, and you can find that website also.
And let me tell you, I can guarantee you that organization's funds are running low
That's right.
now.
She only takes donations on Venmo, apparently.
Venmo and PayPal.
Venmo and PayPal, no other place.
No problem.
Yes. All right. So that is Giving Tuesday. We have to say hello to everybody. We neglected to say that or do that.
That's true, we did. And
Yes.
we can't neglect the squad.
All right.
Don't
Lisa
call us
Bling
out.
Rose. Hello, everyone. Maureen
Hey.
McFarlane. Hey. Dionne Watson. Hey, hey. Dionne Watson. Hey, Brad. Abigail Taylor. Hey, everyone. The hey is going on here today.
I love the inflections you give people.
What, everything is hey. Hey.
Hey,
Hay is for horses. Didn't your mother always tell you that?
that's a stupid.
Didn't your mother always tell you that?
I feel like that's a terrible thing.
It's a terrible thing.
We can say hey, and you know what it means.
Yeah. By the
Hey, Brad.
way, I heard the world's worst joke today.
Oh, and you're gonna share it with
I'm going
us
to share
right
it.
now.
I'm going to
aren't
share it with you. You want to hear the
Ready?
world's worst joke?
I'm so.
Are you
Brad.
ready?
Yeah.
So I went to a restaurant on the moon for lunch today.
Is that so?
Yeah. The food's really good, but it's got no atmosphere. Okay, so Abigail Taylor Watson. Hey, everyone. I said it was the worst joke ever. Molly and Loban Martin says, hi, Brad. Juice Kaleem Joel Dier says, hey, everyone. Carol Anderson, the Tiger, on both feeds, as usual. Dane C., welcome. Welcome, Dane C., welcome.
Yes.
And Dionne Watson. Princess Day Hudson, how are you? Ramona Hazel, how are you? Malia Loban Martin, Lynn Brown, what's going on? Christy Consali, how are you? And I said Dionne Watson. Andreen Spence, what's going on there? And Ma Dukes popping in.
That's right.
Just saying hi to Sam.
Well,
Everyone loves
definitely
Sam
the
now.
most important character of the show.
Yes, he is definitely a character. Denisha Castillo, what's going on? She's saying, hey, Kimmy Poo.
Hey, Denisha,
She's starting to
though.
like you, Kimmy.
That's because she no longer sees me as a threat.
Is that it? Lynn Brown, what's going on? And Natalie Nichols, how are you? Dawn Harriet, Marjorie Thompson, Natoy Dixon. She hasn't been around a while. Or has she? I haven't seen her. Maestro Henry, how are you?
Did
he
you
says,
see what- yeah.
Maestro Henry says, good night, King Brad.
King Brad.
King Brad.
That
Let's not get carried away. Okay.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna say let's
Right.
let that soak in for a minute.
You can just call me Mr. Prince. It's fine. Mr. Prince. Mr.
Who
Prince.
has to die for you to become Mr. King?
Yes, I don't know. He says, if you get married before 30 days upon arrival, should you go home? I think you should go to an attorney and get a consultation. Angela Barrett, how are you? And Cordella Douglas, Coco Al, and of course, Shaney Lee Short Boss.
Woo! Yes.
Says, hey, Brad, I want to know if I could make a retainer payment with your office by check, QUE. And the answer is, of course.
Of course.
As long as it's in dollars.
Again.
Why not? All right.
Abigail Taylor Watson said that we straight up roused her from sleep.
Roused her.
Yeah, she said, okay, so I'm sleeping. Apparently, then I remembered the time, so I'm here now. Can't miss my show.
I have never heard the word roused in a very long time, but apparently we are rebel rousers.
We are rebel rousers.
We are rebel rousers. The only time I've ever heard the word roused.
Is that as a rebel rouser?
As a rebel rouser.
Like, you can be roused from sleep?
Maybe.
No?
Maybe you can. I just don't use it in my everyday language. It's very fancy of Abigail Taylor Watson. Very fancy language.
Well, she didn't use it. That was just me, really.
I thought
said
she
we roused her from
she
her sleep.
used it on
No.
her comment. And I
No.
go, wow, that is really fancy language that she's using.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put it past her. We have a fancy Brad squad.
Yes.
We
And Afzal A says, hey, Brad Squad, how are you on YouTube?
Hey, hey.
Terry Ann Carby, Baby Voice, Grant saying hello. Carol Anderson, the Tiger. Can't get enough of our show. Watches it on both YouTube
That's
and Facebook. Andreen Spence, Kimberly Moore, don't know who she is.
Oh, she's a
Ashley
loser.
Thompson, Joy Palmer, Jalov, Johnny FC, Nezzy Show TV. What's going on, Fox Racing? And that's who we got to say hello with today.
Fox Racing has some thoughts on the hey hi thing.
What's his thoughts on hey hi?
She said, I hate when you
No,
say
Fox Racing's a man.
She's a woman.
Fox Racing's a man.
I swear she's a woman.
I thought Fox Racing was a man.
I found out recently she's a woman. We've been calling.
I could have sworn Fox Racing was a man.
You know what? Tell us. Fox Racing said, I hate when you say hi to people and they respond with hey. It's very disrespectful.
Hay is for horses. That's what I said.
Disrespectful.
That's what I said.
I wouldn't have gone there.
Hay is for horses.
You guys are teaching me stuff I never knew.
Yes. Fox Racing says, hey, very idiotic. Well, now she's calling out everybody on the Brad Squad. I mean, because everyone on the Brad Squad says, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Right.
That's my move.
What? Hey, 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 hey,
I'm
hey?
a hey, hey, hey.
What about hi, hi, hi?
No, that's weird.
That's
Hi,
weird.
hi, hi. That's weird.
That's weird.
Or hey, boo, hey.
Can we like start like a new thing?
Yeah.
Like hi, hi, hi?
That's weird, Brad.
But
That's
don't you want to
also
start
not
like a
that-
new like trend?
That's also not that new. That's just putting the same word together.
Very true.
What we need to come up with a brand new greeting word.
I know. We need to come up with like a trademark. Like this is our.
This is what we do.
Yeah, this is what we do here on.
Yeah. And it can be like a tracker. If we see any other show use it, we're like, we know you watch our show and
Correct.
steal our ideas.
Because we know, for example, there is a show out there.
We know.
I don't want to call it out.
No, don't do it.
I will not.
Don't do it.
But there is a show out there, a very well-known show.
Yeah.
That every time we do something, we swear it's on that show 2 weeks later.
It's uncanny.
It's uncanny.
It's uncanny.
And we don't even have any writers, right?
It happens frequently.
It happens
we're
frequently.
not even that funny.
No,
But my
but-
God.
So your show out there that is on national television, stop stealing our ideas.
Oh,
It's
man,
true.
Fox Racing is a man.
Fox Racing's a man, I know. You want to know why I know Fox Racing is a man?
How do you know
Because
that?
I've met him.
That's right. You had a whole thing with him.
That is
You had a
correct.
consultation.
That is correct.
But
That
see,
is
Carol
correct.
Anderson also agreed with me. She's like, she's a woman. And it's like,
Fox
I'm
Racing
a man,
is a
Kim
man.
Moore. Sorry. I'm
Right.
really sorry, Fox Racing.
Right. It reminds me of Austin Powers when he goes to some older woman. He starts trying to rip off her hair and goes, "You're a man. You're a man." Do you know what I'm talking?
Yeah.
What? Do you remember? Yeah, right. Do you remember that? Yeah.
Wait, what was that?
I don't know what she's saying to me. CC Mitchell. What does CC Mitchell have to say? Squad up.
Squad up.
Squad up.
I don't hate that.
I don't hate it either.
Squad up.
It sounds dirty though a little bit. Squad up.
It does, or it sounds either dirty or violent. You know what I mean? Like, squad up. We're taking this to the streets.
Yeah. like if we say, like, for example, hey Denisha, squad up.
Oof. That is dirty.
That sounds dirty to me.
That does sound dirty.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just because it's Denisha and we know you guys have a thing.
Maybe. I don't know. So what are we doing today, Kim?
Well, Brad, I think that you should tell me, given that the name of the show is Brad Show Live.
Okay, so do we want to have a share contest, or we don't want to today?
You know.
What do you think? What do you think, Squad Up? Squad.
Yeah, that's the.
Ask the squad. Should we have a share contest? Because I don't want to do a share contest and they're not into it.
That's true.
Okay, because sometimes we do a share contest and they're not into it.
They're not feeling it.
They're not feeling it.
And that's okay.
All right. So should we do the share contest? Because I only want to do it if they feel that they can do it. If they feel they can't do it, I'd rather back off. Take a step back and say maybe another day.
Maybe you guys need a little share break.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't. Maybe you're ready to share up a storm.
I mean, yesterday we
Tell us in the
gave.
comments.
By the way, yesterday we gave away a bottle of sake and wine.
And wine to Ruthie Cutie.
Did you send it off to Ruthie
I
Cutie?
sure did.
Ruthie Cutie, the wine's on the way.
It's on the way. And you know where she is?
Where?
She's in North Carolina.
Now, Ruthie Cutie, what I want you to do is you have to send a picture to Belgium Kim's DM
Yep.
with you drinking your sake or your wine like a cheer.
Yeah.
And we will put it up on one of our future shows.
And we didn't know this, but Ruthie Cutie's birthday is actually December 3rd. So she's going to get it right in time for her birthday. And she was like, I'm going to get lit with the help of the Brads.
Now, Lisa Blig Rose, she only feels it depending on what I'm giving away.
Oh, well. That's fair. That's
Yeah.
actually fair.
Right.
Well, you know what the people want the most. I know what the people want the most.
I know what they want.
What do I have?
They want a set of Bradshaw Live mugs.
A set?
Yeah, they can set their whole table with Bradshaw Live mugs. Like have like a dinner
Like at
service.
Christmas.
Like a dinner service for 6 or 8, and have a Bradshaw Live mug in front of each plate. Setting, right. They want like a full set of Bradshaw Live mugs.
But if we do that, we would want you to host a dinner party specifically to show off your new Bradshaw
Live mugs. That would be great. Because they're white. Everybody's got white plates somewhere, right?
That's true. That's true.
So you put out your white plate, you put out your silverware.
You've got your Papa color.
Right, and then you have your white mug here with a little yellow and blue on it. It would work with almost any dinner setting.
It's true. You could pour wine in it.
Yes.
We drink wine out of our Brad Squad mugs. They drink fine.
That's right. We have drank wine out of it, but I think we should send like service for 6. Like a Bradshaw Live mug service for 6.
We'd like to redo your mug cabinet.
Can you imagine you come home to one of like the Brad Squatters, homes, you open up, hey, can I get a drink? Why do you have all these Bradshaw Live mugs here? Oh, I won them. Just for sharing.
I won them.
Just for sharing.
You can even make up a story of how what you had to do to win each mug.
Ma Duke says she only wants one. No, it comes as a set of 6. You can't just get one. You get a set of 6. You can when you have friends come over, like you can take it out to serve tea in it. If you have you play cards, you can bring it to the card table. Right? I mean, you can do lots and lots of things with it.
Wait.
You can use them as planters. And plant like tomatoes in each one of them.
That's true.
Right.
Jeff Bosey has an idea for us to expand into a whole kitchenware line, Brad. He said, I'd like to see salt and pepper shakers with Yo-Yo on one and Belgium Kim on the other.
That's very funny, too.
We are salt and pepper.
That is salt and pepper. That is very funny. I like that.
That's amazing. That would be really fun.
You would be a fine sea salt.
Oh, God, my God.
You would be a fine sea salt.
Like a pink Himalayan sea salt.
Yeah, Yo-Yo would be a very spicy pepper.
Yes, he would.
Very spicy. Yes, very, very spicy.
What is wrong with us?
I don't know what's wrong with us. This is an unscripted produced show. Don't forget, right?
That's a fact.
It is a fact. All right, so let's go to our schmooze, right? We got to get to our schmooze. And by the way, we will be answering your immigration questions. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we have 3 people on hold. We sometimes forget that this is an immigration show.
Sometimes we forget.
Oh, wait a second. Why would I forget it's hashtag Giving Tuesday?
It's hashtag Giving Tuesday.
We have to really give.
You have to give.
So we got to give something.
We got to give something away. That's a good
6
point.
mugs. That's it.
6
Settings for 6.
Settings for 6.
Settings for 6.
That's right.
All right, so this is what it
I
is.
like it.
This is what we're going to do.
Tell me.
Okay? You want a settings for 6 mugs. Okay? You don't get 1. You're going to get 6 mailed to you. Right? We have them, right?
What if we threw in 6 mugs and a Bradshaw Live t-shirt that you could then wear to your dinner party when you're
We don't have any more Bradshaw Live t-shirts.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yes, we do?
Oh, sure we do.
So you want to throw in 6 mugs.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, no. I know where you're going with this.
All right? I'll tell you what.
Let's do this.
What? You want to do it?
Let's do this. I see where you're going, and I'm on board.
What was I going to say?
I think you're going to say 6 mugs and 6 shirts, 1 for every guest who gets a mug.
6 mugs, 6 shirts.
I knew it.
6 mugs and 6 shirts. All right. So this is what we're going to do. 6 mugs, 6 shirts.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Stocking stuffers are done.
Yes.
If you win this prize.
What are you going to do with 6 shirts?
You're gonna
give them off out to people, right?
You're gonna give them to the people that you invite for your Bradshaw Live dinner party, Brad.
Okay. 6 mugs, 6 shirts. If we get to 800 shares today on Facebook.
800, nice.
And 100 total simultaneous views on YouTube.
Oh my God,
we can definitely do it.
Doable. He didn't even make it impossible.
6 mugs.
6 mugs.
6 shirts.
6 shirts.
Or is it 6 shirts, 6 mugs?
Ooh.
I feel like I'm selling Ginsu knives, but I'll tell you more. Right, you get a whole set of mugs and shirts to wear to your dinner party.
You can wear it anywhere.
Yeah. All right, so tell them what you get, Belgium Kim,
I-
and let's get to our schmooze after.
You guys, I'm gonna need you to share. I need you to share by clicking that little share button. It says share. It's an arrow. And it says, and you're gonna share it onto your own timeline, onto your friends' timelines, into groups that you're a member of. YouTube family, the way you get to 100, you're gonna copy the link also by pressing the button that says share. And you're going to copy that link and you're going to send it into WhatsApp groups, into text messages. You're going to harass all the people that you haven't talked to in a while and be like, yo, you need this free immigration advice and the best show in the world is happening right now.
There, boom. Boom.
Could I do any better, Brad?
Boom.
Boom.
Maybe that should be our hello, all right?
Boom.
Molly
like
alone with Martin. Boom. Maybe
That's
that
a-
should be our hello. That's terrible.
That's a lot, though,
That's
right?
a lot. That's
Especially
a lot of booming.
after-
That's a lot of booming, right?
Right.
Can you imagine all day long we're like, today's show, boom. You know, nah, that doesn't work either. We got to
Yeah.
come up with something.
Yeah.
Other than hey.
I like
all right.
squad up.
Squad up.
I like squad up.
But that's to the whole squad, not to an
That's
individual
true.
person.
That's true.
Meanwhile, still in the news is the tear gas that was being used on the migrant caravan that came up to the border.
Yeah.
Now, Donald Trump said only a few hours ago the tear gas was justified against the migrants who are coming in the caravan, who are escaping violence in Central America, and who are applying for asylum here. It was justified because the border was, quote, being rushed by some very tough people. Do we have some pictures of the very tough people that the border was being? Let's because we have actual pictures. Yeah,
Wow.
there. Yeah, those are the real tough guys. Those are the real tough people who are rushing the border. Children, mothers.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Look at that little girl.
yeah, a reporter asked President Trump. President Trump,
Right.
from the back. President Trump,
Right.
is it okay to use tear gas on children?
And what he said.
He says, we didn't. We didn't use any tear gas on children. Do we have some pictures of tear gas on children? I think we do.
I believe
we do. Julian the TriCaster guy. Julian the TriCaster. Nope, that is not tear gas on children, although it looks like that child did get tear gas.
Right,
But
yeah.
there's we had pictures of a woman running from the tear gas
With her children in hand, yeah.
I don't know if we have that. Hopefully we'll get that. No, there was another one also, Jilly, besides this one. So U.S. authorities, they've closed the southern border from Tijuana. Homeland Security Secretary Kristen Nielsen said in a statement that some of the migrants, the women and children, they sought to harm the Customs and Border Patrol personnel by throwing projectiles at them. Hillary Clinton said this is wrong.
Good for her.
Yes.
And she's absolutely right. She's absolutely right.
Meanwhile, 13 government agencies issued a joint report yesterday saying that climate change is real. This is 13 U.S. government agencies.
Right.
Issued a joint report, the best government scientists and private scientists who study this. Global climate change is real.
Yeah.
It is caused by man polluting the atmosphere.
Yep.
It was going to cost over, I don't know if we have the number here, but I did read it, over the U.S. economy. It's going to shrink the U.S. economy within the next 50 years by over 10%.
Yeah.
And it's going to cause a lot of death.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, it was over 13 federal agencies and 300 prominent scientists.
Wow.
All wrote this. Now, we see this happening all the time. We see the crazy weather that's going on,
Yeah.
the wildfires, the unbelievable natural disasters that happen more often
Yep.
every day. Donald Trump said when asked by reporters outside of the White House on Monday, if he believed that this report is correct, that the United States is facing severe climate change, and it is going to have a devastating impact on the national economy. He says, I don't believe the report.
Oh my God.
Without any evidence to back it up other than him saying, I don't believe the report. Ugh. And he diverted the attention of the report and said, America is the cleanest we've ever been. You can tell that to the 35 people who were hospitalized and the 5 people who died from eating tainted lettuce because he reduced regulations that allowed farmers to put dirty water on lettuce.
Exactly.
You know, his lack of support, I'm just reading here, his lack of support shouldn't really come as a surprise considering his history of dismissing climate change.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. What else is happening? What else is happening in the world? This is, I find, very interesting.
What?
Okay, I find this very interesting. Forbes magazine.
Forbes magazine.
Forbes magazine.
Yep.
They came out with the highest paid television hosts. You know, whether it's on digital media, such as what we're on right now.
That's true.
Or on terrestrial television.
Right.
Or cable television.
And we were fully expecting to break the top 10.
Yes, we thought we were going to be there.
Right.
Okay, but I think we fell out because we keep giving away free crap.
That really hurt our.
It really hurt our numbers
income.
here.
Yeah.
So the number one person is Judge Judy Scheinlin, also an attorney.
Yes.
But she made $147 million last year.
Yes, queen.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
The number two person, Ellen DeGeneres, not surprised, at $87.5 million.
Oh my God, what another.
The third person.
Queen.
Now this gets me at my gut.
What?
Dr. Phil McGraw. Oh. This guy here. I think he's related to Sam somehow. This guy here. He earned $77.5 million for his television talk show giving advice to people.
Okay.
Okay. We do this for free. I think I give better advice every day and help more people every day than this guy, and he gets $77.5 million.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I think you help more people.
I was just about to say.
And I don't know if you want to announce what your salary is, but it's nowhere near 77.
It's not that.
It's nowhere near $77.5 million.
It's missing several zeros.
Yes.
No, I think I need to renegotiate, Brad. I think that this is what this article taught me is that it's time to talk. We need to have a little chat.
All right. So we have a lot of news here, but we want to get to our immigration and everything as well. So we'll talk more news tomorrow. This is falling apart here.
It's falling
at the
apart.
seams. Too many cards spoil the soup for everybody.
Is that a thing?
It is a thing.
Okay.
Too many cards spoil the soup for everybody. All right. So before we get into our immigration questions, let's remind everybody what they're going to get. 6 Bradshaw Live mugs, a table setting, and 6 Bradshaw Live t-shirts so you could wear your t-shirts and drink out of your mugs with you and 5 of your favorite friends or family members all around the Christmas table.
Exactly.
Tell them what they're going to get, Belgium Kim. I think I just told them, but tell them again.
Yeah, that's right. Brad just told you what you were going to get, but I'm going to tell you how you're going to get it. I'm telling you right now, you need to hit that share button on the bottom and the top, and your Christmas shopping, if you end up winning this, is done. Stocking stuffers, done. We get mugs, we're getting t-shirts, and you're gonna share it onto your timeline, onto your friend's timeline, into groups that you're a member of, even if they have nothing to do with immigration. Everybody has advice that they need that we are giving, and we is loose because it's really brown.
You know, apparently according to Groundhog Sam, nobody really wants the mugs and the t-shirts.
What?
I thought it was such a great gift.
What? You guys, we're literally telling you you don't have to Christmas shop for any of your stocking stuffers. That's the way I'm looking at it anyway.
All right, well, anyway, we got to get to our immigration
Let's do
questions in something that we call me with your immigration question. I'm going to try to answer it. 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Cynthia in Newark, New Jersey. Cynthia.
Yes, hi.
Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, how are you?
Good, what's going on?
Okay, I have a question. I have a friend from overseas. She's from the UK. And what happened is her daughters, did her paperwork and everything.
Right.
Anyway, she received something from the immigration saying they have received her documents.
Okay.
Does that mean she has to go back to the UK?
Wait, she's here in the United States right
She's
now?
on a visa waiver. Pardon?
If she's on the visa waiver, she can adjust her status here after 90 days of being here in the United States. So whatever the daughter's doing, she could file an adjustment here. Just do it after 90 days of being here. And we can certainly help her. So hold on one second. She does not have to go back. Hold on one second, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's go to Rona in Rockville, Maryland. Rona,
Hi, Brad.
how are you?
I'm good.
What's going on?
I have a question. My friend came to America. He's been here for 19 years. He had a daughter who's over 21 that did his paperwork. And they're supposed to go in for interview on Thursday, but he got a letter saying that if they're going to send him home.
1 second.
So he wants to
What do
know,
you
should
mean
he
they
go
got
for
a-
the
what do you-
interview?
If he got a letter saying they're going to send him home, why would he go
Yeah.
on an interview? Wouldn't that sounds like to me they would arrest him? Why would he get a letter saying they're sending him home? That makes no sense to me.
I don't know. He got a letter for him to go home. Are they going to deport him?
I don't know what that means. The letter to go home. There's no such thing. Is he in deportation? Has he been ordered deported, or you don't even know?
Well, I don't know because
Okay.
the letter says it's the final notice, so maybe you got one before and I didn't know.
I don't know what he's got. You don't know what he's got. All right, because what you're describing to me doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't know whether to tell him to go on an interview or not because I don't really have all the facts in front of me. So I think this is going to be a situation where he needs to have a consultation, okay, before he does anything else. Obviously, whatever he's doing ain't doing it right because, well, I shouldn't use the word ain't. He is not doing it right because he shouldn't be getting letters, I'm going home. Okay, so hold on 1 second, all right? Let's go to Cadiatu in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Cadiatu.
Yes,
How are you?
I'm fine. Hi, Brad.
What's going on?
Yeah, and I do the biometric November 2nd, and they send me. I see to my website they're gonna send me a notice for the interview. November 8th. I find out, but I do the waiver. The first one, 2016, I do waiver. They deny, and I do it again. They send me a biometric notice. I do the fingerprint, and 1 week later, they said they're ready for me for my interview.
Why do you need a waiver? Tell me again.
I need a waiver because I come in with a different name.
Okay, and you're going back home to your home country?
No, I do apply a I-601.
Okay, you in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania?
Yeah, but apply for New York.
You applied in New York. Okay. So, but you live in Philadelphia right now. Well, if you live in New
Yes.
York and Connecticut, you can adjust your status and file a waiver if you entered on somebody else's name on a photo substituted passport. You can't do it in any of the other 48 states. It's just because the Second Circuit said you can.
I can.
So,
I
but you
can
live
do
in
that.
but you live in Pennsylvania right now. At least that's where you're calling me from. And are you doing this on your own, or you have a lawyer?
I have a lawyer.
Okay. So, and your question is what to me now?
Yeah, my question is to do the fingerprint, and 1 week later they told me they're gonna send me a note for interview. That's too early.
No, they sent you a letter saying that your paperwork is ready. That doesn't mean that you're going to get an interview tomorrow. You may not get an interview for 12 months from now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so don't worry about that. I'm more concerned that you're in Philadelphia and you filed in New York. I'm more concerned about that. And I'm more concerned about how you entered America and if you can show hardship to your spouse. So I would suggest you hold on a second if you need help. Let's go to Leon in Cranford, New Jersey.
How
are you, Leon?
Yeah, I'm good.
What's going on?
I have a question. Where my brother entered the U.S. This August 22nd, and he entered the university from UND, that's a North Dakota State University, on a F1 side.
Wait, Leon. I'm not understanding what you're saying. Your brother's here on a student visa?
Yeah.
And what happened?
After 2 months, his sponsor was not able to pay his tuition, and now they are terminating his status.
Okay, so after 2 months, he wasn't able to pay his tuition anymore.
Yeah.
Why?
The sponsor, according to his sponsor, Africa stuff, they changed management, and the new management of the club. Management said that.
All right. So did he finish off his year, or the sponsor stopped paying him and he had to leave school that moment?
No, now they are terminating his status. He's home now. And now he has
Wait. You sound like you're talking from a submarine. Talk into the phone, please. What happened?
I'm talking through the phone. You getting me now?
Okay. Now I'm hearing a little better. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean that after he came, August 22nd, and the school terminated his status because
they didn't pay.
He was not able to pay his
all right,
tuition.
so he has to get asked to be reinstated and get somebody else to give him an affidavit of support to help pay his tuition. That's what needs to happen. If not, he has to go. Because you could only ask for a hardship waiver after 1 year after somebody says they're not going to pay your tuition anymore. So let me give you as an example. Let's say your brother comes here, he goes to school for 1 year, and after 1 year, the person says they're not going to pay for school anymore. He can then stay in school, apply for a hardship work permit, and pay his way through school and get a job. But if it happened less than a year, he either has to find a new sponsor to give him an affidavit of support or leave the country. Those are his choices.
Because what happened, he already terminated his status.
And then so he has to reinstate his status with a new sponsor then quickly. Right? He needs a new sponsor. That is the first step. If he doesn't have a new sponsor, there's nothing anyone can do. He's out of status. He's illegal. He has to leave. If he has a new sponsor, then he can try to reinstate his status. Those are his options. Okay. He didn't like my answer. I don't know what he would want me to tell him. Let's go to Tony in Hartford, Connecticut.
That is the first step. If he doesn't have a new sponsor,
Tony, just lower behind you, please.
All right, sure. How are you?
Yeah, you just got to lower behind you, please. There's somebody talking like out of the television behind you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Now I hear you, yes.
All right. My friend is here on F1 visa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's been out of status because his uncle is no longer able to finance his education. So, but after like 4 months, he got a letter from his family saying that they have fled from a Boko Haram terrorist, the attack, because he's from Nigeria.
Okay.
And he has suffered persecution in the past.
All right. So he has two choices. He can try to apply for asylum. We would need to know more about his case, or he can try to get reinstated on his student visa with some other person, giving him an affidavit of support. He's a similar situation than the guy who called before, except he has an additional choice of applying for asylum if he has a claim. I don't know. I would need to speak with him and find out about his claim.
Okay. So which means maybe in a week time, I can bring him to your office in New York?
Yes. Hold on 1 second, okay?
All right, sure.
All right. Hold on. There we go. All right. Belgium Kim. It is a light calling day.
Is it?
It is a light calling day. We have no other calls on our show right now. Probably the lightest calling day of the year.
I was just about to say.
Because it is Give Back Tuesday.
Yeah.
Everybody's giving.
Everybody's busy giving.
They're giving, so they're not taking free advice from me.
Honestly, if that's the reason why people aren't calling, that's the only acceptable reason.
That would be the only acceptable reason.
If you're out there just giving a ton of money to a ton of charities or giving your time to a ton of organizations who need it, that's an okay reason.
So now, where are we at with sharing? Maybe the reason nobody's calling is because there's no sharing going on.
You know what, Brad? It definitely feels like nobody's trying to host a Brad Show Live dinner party because we're at 114 shares.
Nobody wants to host a Brad Show Live dinner party. I'll tell you what we'll do.
What?
We'll throw in a turkey.
At least
we're gonna mail to you 6 Brad Show Live cups, 6 T-shirts, and a 3-pound turkey.
And it's all going to be in the same box, unwrapped.
Yes. No, we're not gonna do the turkey.
We're not doing a turkey.
Yeah. All right. So meanwhile, let's see. All right, so our Miami field correspondent.
Yeah.
We'll go to Anna Escona.
We love us.
Okay, and we'll see Anna Banana down in Miami, see what she has to say, and then we're gonna come back and do some social media check-in.
That sounds fantastic.
All right. So Donald Trump. This is what Anna's going to talk about today. Donald Trump recently pulled and tweeted out a 31-second clip from a 27-minute speech President Obama gave to C-SPAN about immigration in 2005. Of course, Trump chose the short bite that made it sound like Obama and Trump have the same hardline stance on immigration, which, as most people know, they don't. Our Miami field correspondent, Anna Escona, had some choice words for Trump. Let's check it out.
Hey friends from the Brad Show Live, I'm Anna Escona. In defense to Donald Trump's inhumane immigration laws, he now wants to back up his decision based on Obama's remarks back in 2005. In a video clip from 2005, Obama said, "We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked, and circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully to become immigrants into this country." Okay, so here's the thing. Obama was very strict with his immigration laws and deported many people back to their countries. But Obama was not inhumane, like Donald Trump. Separating families, having these poor children living in detention centers without the proper care for months and months and months. He wasn't taking the rights away of these immigrants to be able to defend themselves in front of a judge. Also, Obama gave many dreamers the opportunity to go to college and obtain degrees without fearing deportation back to a country they probably never even been to. Plus, many of the people Obama deported were those with very serious criminal records, not just any regular immigrant who was not doing anything wrong in this country. And the 31 seconds was taken from a 27-minute news conference that aired on C-SPAN, in which Obama said he was aiming to bring the immigration debate toward the sensible center through pragmatic, comprehensive reform. I don't think that's exactly what Trump is trying to do here. With that said, Donald Trump stopped biting off of Obama's opinions because they are not compatible. Peace.
All right, Anna. Let's go to Emmanuel in Bronx, New York. Emmanuel.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you
doing today?
How you doing?
I'm good.
What's
I'm
going
good.
on?
Yes, I got married, and we went for the first interview, but it wasn't successful. So along the line, me and my wife, the marriage didn't work out. So she left. She moved on. So and we filed a divorce. So I'm asking myself, question is there any way forward for me to
go fall in love again.
Say that again, sir.
Go fall in love again.
Yeah, I try to. I've done all what I can be able to do to see if we can, move on. But she's no more there.
Okay, so the only thing when you are in a marriage that breaks up and you never got a green card, there's three options: get back together with your wife and make up, send flowers, chocolates, whatever you need to do. 2, file on your own and prove that you're an abused spouse. Or 3, you get divorced and fall in love a second time. People get married, divorced, and married again. It happens.
So if we get married again, do we need to start the process?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
Yes. You'll have to start from scratch.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Best of luck. All right, let's go to Helene in Brooklyn, New York. Helene.
Hello?
Hi, Helene.
Hi, Brad. I have a question. Good evening.
I'm here.
Yes, I want to find out, like, if a gentleman is filing for, is still in Jamaica, the I-130, how much is it? What's the filing fee?
$535. $535.
Oh, that's initial, and after that, they pay again?
Yeah, at the National Visa Center, about $490-something.
Oh, but it doesn't have to pay at one time.
No,
They pay
no.
5. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. Let's go to Kevin in West Palm. Kevin.
Hi, good evening, Mr. Brown.
Hi, how are you? What's going on?
I'm good. I got a question for you, man. I came into the United States as a permanent resident in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
And I was involved in a shoplifting in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
I get charged for the misdemeanor. I went and I paid. I didn't go to court, but the lawyer make a sign of the paper after no contest, which I know is guilty plea.
Okay.
This
was all in Florida.
Pardon me?
This was in Florida.
Yes, in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
Yes, and it's 5 years now. It's the 6th year, actually close to 6 years now. I have to get myself involved in anything, and I was wondering if I could file for my citizenship.
Okay, so you got your green card in what year? Let's go through the timeline.
I get it in 2009, and I was involved with it in my.
And the arrest happened in 2012. Were you living in the United States prior to you getting your green card?
No, I came in 2009. Then I get my green card. I got employment.
All right. Do you know? I would have to see what you pled guilty to. Hopefully, it's a petty offense, and if it's a petty, okay. I just have to confirm it's a petty offense. I'm not an expert on Florida Penal Code. I know New York Penal Code down. I'm not an expert on Florida Penal Code. I'm going to assume it's a petty offense. I want to make sure it's a petty offense. Okay, because when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me, and you would get deported. We don't want that to happen. Let's make sure it's a petty offense. Assuming it's a petty offense, and we'll confirm it is, if you have a consultation with us, then yes, you would be free to become a citizen.
Yeah, because they charged me for petty theft.
I understand that, but just because they use the word petty in the actual definition of the crime doesn't mean it is a petty offense for immigration.
Oh, okay.
All right, so hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Right.
But one question before you go, please.
What?
Yeah, so do I since it happened before the 5 year
well, if it's not a petty offense, then you're a deportable alien, and then we got to think about whether or not you want to file your citizenship because it happened within the first 5 years of your entry into America. If it's a petty offense, you're okay. Well, we lost him. Okay, but I think he gets the idea. Okay? Hopefully somebody in our call center could speak to him if he wants to make a consultation. Yeah. Sasha in Brooklyn.
Hi, Brad. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I have a question for you. I want to know how long does it take to get work permit if you marry someone who has just a green card as opposed to a citizen?
Well, if you get a green card, you said how long does it take to adjust your status?
No, if the person just has a green card.
It's about a 2 to 2.5 year process. If you stay in legal status, you can adjust your status here. If you are out of status, you would need to do a provisional waiver, go home, and come back.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thanks.
You're very welcome. All right. So, light calling day today, Belgium, Kim.
Yeah.
But we got to do something that we always do every day.
Absolutely.
And that's called answer your questions in social media check-in.
Thought you were about to switch up that name.
No, I got it right.
I was like, that would have been the first time.
No, I got it right.
Tanya on YouTube wants to know, how long does it take for waivers to come through?
6 to 12 months. 6 to 12 months. I answered it before they even changed the camera.
That's right. You're just too quick with it.
I'm that quick.
You're too damn fast.
Too damn fast.
Steve Defo said, hey, Brad, I filed for my N400, and I'm waiting for my interview appointment. While waiting for the interview appointment, can I go on vacation?
Yes. Just don't stay out for more than 6 months. Go a week or 2. 3 weeks is fine.
Baby Voice would like to know. My friend's husband is filing for her and their 9-year-old. Should they have received 2 case numbers, or does one cover both of them there in Jamaica?
If the person's a U.S. citizen, they should have 2 case numbers. There should have been 2 filings.
And what if they're a permanent resident?
Then it would be 1.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. I was holding that in. I couldn't take it anymore.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's bad to hold stuff like that in. I think you answered Maestro's question, right, about whether or not if he gets married before 30 days.
I did so. Right at the beginning of the top of the show.
I thought so. I couldn't remember if we had just lingered on the King Brad thing.
No.
Amadou wants to know, I want to know how long the I-175 filing is taking.
I-175?
An I-175.
I don't know. There's no such thing as an I-175. An I-751 maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was about 2 years.
A small matter of dyslexia.
Yeah, about 2 years.
Andrew Retro said, how hard is it to apply for advanced parole?
It's very easy. It's Form I-131. It's pretty simple as long as you have a pending adjustment.
Is it hard to get?
No, if you have a pending adjustment, it's pretty simple.
K.I. Harvey said, how long will it take if my mom filed for me, given that I'm in my 30s and overstayed my B1, B2? My mom is now a U.S. citizen.
If your mom's going to file for you, it's going to be 6-7 years. Angela Shona, no, I am not getting the flu. I had the flu.
Yeah.
But I have a lingering cough.
It
doesn't go away.
It has stayed forever.
Stayed forever.
And you've been on antibiotics and
I've been to the doctor forever.
What the hell, man?
What the hell? Maybe I got to change doctors.
You have that like little Mucinex man inside you, and he's Mr. Mucinex is his name.
I don't know what I got inside of me.
And he won't go away.
I don't know what I got inside of me. I feel like that Chinese guy who swallowed
the spoon.
The spoon. I think I have something stuck in my throat.
Are you sure you didn't accidentally swallow a spoon sometime or some other weird thing? Did you accidentally swallow something?
I don't know. What are you
I don't know what I was about to go. I meant like cutlery.
What are you insinuating?
I meant cutlery.
Let me make this clear. It was an old host chat, nothing else. Don't swallow anything else. And by the way, thank you, Angela Barrett. That was very nice of you. Everyone could go read Angela's comment.
What did she say? Well, now I got to go and like sift through it. I don't even see her.
She says, Brad is just too damn brilliant. That's why I love his show.
That's actually true.
That is very true.
I'll co-sign that.
That is right.
She actually has a question. She's our next question.
Okay, what is it?
Angela wants to know. She was asking for a friend, and she said, my friend was in Guyana. His wife went to Guyana, married him. He's over here now, but he and his wife are not together anymore. Can he get married and put in for his new wife but he is just a green card holder and he's only been a green card holder for the last 3 years. Can he put in for her? She's currently in New York on a B1, B2, but has overstayed.
No, if you got your green card through marriage and now you have a green card, you have to have a green card for 5 years or be a citizen before you go and file for another person. Now, he can get divorced and marry this woman, but he's not going to be able to file for her for 2 more years.
Shine has quite the story that she's gone through.
Boy.
So her friend and her friend's husband went in for their 10-year green card interview. And at the interview, the officer told them that they needed more proof, like bank statements and things like that, because they didn't submit much. One day after the interview, the husband looks at his wife who's filing for him and told her that he doesn't need her anymore, and all he wanted her to do was show up to the interview. So then she wrote USCIS and let them know what she was told. She sent an email to ICE.gov saying, he committed marriage fraud. He's now telling me he only wanted me for my green card. The interview was in August. What do you think is going to come about, as he just recently started harassing her? She went and got an order of protection. Can she send that info to USCIS? How does she prevent him from completing this process?
Well, I think by getting an order of protection, you would actually be proving that it is a real marriage, not a marriage for business.
Right.
Because people who get so emotional and violent that they require a order of protection, especially when the police come and see the two living together in the same household, that's evidence it's a real marriage, not that it's a fake marriage.
Wow.
So I think, sending the order of protection would be detrimental. Fact is that immigration didn't believe it was a real marriage.
Right.
If you really want to hurt the guy, leave it alone. Don't write anything.
Right. Stop sending them.
Stop sending stuff to them.
Right. They said they wanted more evidence. Just don't send them
any more
evidence.
Exactly.
Floor Love said, I live in New York and I got married to a U.S. citizen. He's currently incarcerated, so I'm wondering is he still able to file for me while he's in jail?
Absolutely, unless he's in jail for sexual abuse of a minor.
Dave is wondering, when a sponsor sends you photocopied documents, including his tax return, to take to the interview appointment, do the photocopied documents have to be signed by the sponsor if the counselor asks?
No.
Janet Brown said, can someone send in a copy of their expired passport when applying to remove the conditions from their green card?
Yeah, but why? What's the difference? To remove the conditions, you got to prove you live with your spouse. What does your expired passport have anything to do with it?
Probably nothing, right?
Right.
We've got a question from Vanish Beckford, who said, Brad, it's been a year now and my stepdaughter's I-130 is still not yet approved, yet my husband was a green card holder. We sent a letter to update her status. When can we expect it to be approved? She's in Jamaica. When he filed her petition, so he was a green card holder when he filed her petition, and now he's a citizen.
And the question is what?
So the question is, when can they expect for that status to be updated? Because she was originally filed for as the daughter of a permanent resident, and now she's
It should be updated immediately. How long has it been taking?
over a year.
Then she should get a lawyer. There seems to be a problem. Problemo. Major problemo.
Yeah. Abena said, how long does it take to file for an I-130 if you're a U.S. citizen?
Who are you filing for?
Oh, we don't know that information.
Okay, we need that information. That's more important.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Chanel said, how long after biometrics can you expect your work permit?
If you did it right, about 90 days.
Steffi wants to know, what year have they reached for a parent filing for a daughter over 21 years old? We don't know if the daughter is married or unmarried, so can you give us both answers?
Yes, for unmarried, August 8th, 2011. For married, August 1st, 2006.
God, that's taken so long.
Taken a long time.
Whew. Donald Houghton said, can I petition for my stepson? He is 14 years old and I'm a citizen.
If you're married to the mother, absolutely, you should do it immediately.
Mark Anthony said, I'm part of a J1 program and I encountered a car accident on September 1st of this year. My end date on my J1 is October 24th and the case is not yet settled. So the lawyer in my car accident case said that I should be here when they render a verdict. So what do we need to do to extend our stay so I can be here for the trial?
There's no visa to say I want to stay here so I can continue my lawsuit. So you're either going to be out of status or you're going to go home and hopefully get a visitor's visa to come back when you need to be here for your lawsuit. Hopefully.
Raymond is saying, how can a child over 21 be a U.S. citizen under INA 322 when the child is out of the country without a green card?
INA 3222?
322.
I don't know what 322 is. I didn't memorize the Immigration Nationality Act. Tell me what his issue, INA, you want me to look up what INA 3222 is?
It just says, yeah, because it says, how can they be a U.S. citizen when the child's out of the country without a green card?
Let's see what INA 322 says. If it opens up here, I have it here.
Hello.
Children born and residing outside the conditions for acquiring certificate of citizenship. You know what? I need to know this person's facts. There's a long INA section. Okay,
Right.
You are a citizen generally if you are outside of the United States and you are born to a parent who is a U.S. citizen who resided in the United States for at least 10 years, 5 of which over the age of 14. You're also a U.S. citizen if you entered the United States with a green card and your parent becomes a citizen and they have legal and physical custody of you.
Okay.
Those are the general 2 ways you do it.
Generally. Erlinda said, hey, Brad, I just want to ask if I can marry a U.S. citizen in the U.S. while I'm here on a B1, B2. I'm from Canada. How can I get married to him while I'm here?
Go to the Justice of the Peace and go get married. Nobody's stopping you.
Right.
The question becomes if you want to be able to get your green card here or you're going to apply for a green card, you don't want to do it for the first 90 days.
Ruth Lynn said, good evening, Brad. If you're married for 33 years but separated for 28. Oh, I believe we answered. No, no, she rephrased. Okay, good. Your husband is living in the U.S. You're in Jamaica. What happens if I want to get my green card?
Your husband's in the U.S.
So
and I'm in Jamaica. Your husband files a visa petition for you, the I-130.
Even though they've been apart for living apart
As
for
long as
most
they,
of
as
their
long as they
marriage?
can prove it's a real marriage, they're legitimately in love. Why not? And maybe there was a time when you weren't, and they rekindled. I don't know. I don't know the facts of this particular case.
We don't know their story.
Just presuppose.
We don't know what that love story looks like. Sounds like a good movie.
Yes.
Leanna J said, a friend of mine overstayed her visit in the U.S. She stayed for over a year without leaving to go home. She lives in Jamaica. She came up here when she was 17 years old. Now she's 18. What's the best solution for her to avoid being deported and staying in the U.S.
She's
legally?
how old now?
She's 18. She came when she was 17.
Okay, someone needs to do a legal guardianship of her, prove that it's not in her best interest to return to her natural mother or natural father, and then do a SIJ, a special immigrant juvenile petition.
And that's all we got for right now.
That's all we got for right now. All right, so let's go to Erica in Kingston, Jamaica. Erica.
Yes.
Hi,
good night.
Erica.
How are you?
How you doing?
I'm good. My question is, if the priority date is October 2006, when would I expect to get a call from the National Visa Center?
Who's sponsoring you?
Pardon me?
Who is sponsoring you?
My husband's sister is sponsoring the marriage.
Okay, so you're in the F4. They're up to April 22nd, 2005. You're when? April 2006?
No, October 2006. That's the priority date.
Okay, so you're a year and a half away. You'll hear from the National Visa Center sometime towards the end of 2019, another year.
By the end of
2019 is my guess. I'm taking a guess, but I would assume in about another year. Okay?
All right. My daughter will be 21 July next year. Will she still be on it?
It depends on how long the I-130 took to get approved. There's something called the Child Status Protection Act, so I would need to look at the I-130. So if you can get me the I-130, I can give you that answer. All right, let's go to Melissa in the Bronx.
Hello?
Melissa.
Hi, Brad. I'm Melissa. My green card has been expired for 3 years, and I receive Medicaid, and I'm on disability, and I applied for a Part D subsidy annually at the Social Security. I'm about to renew I'm about to file an I-90 form to renew my green card. Will I have any problem?
No, you're fine.
I'm fine. Another question that I'd like to ask you, when you go to the biometrics appointment, when you file your I-90, what forms of ID do you need?
A passport or your expired green card or a driver's license.
Can you use a state ID?
Yes.
Just one form or all those forms?
I would bring your state ID and your passport if you have it.
State ID and passport.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. All right. So with that, a while back, Belgium Kim, we spoke to a gentleman by the name of Jorge Narvaez. Narvaez, excuse me.
Yeah, I remember
He's
that.
a social media influencer with a great YouTube show titled Realitychangers.
Yes.
And it documents him and his family's lives. He and his daughter Alexa appeared on America's Got Talent and Ellen DeGeneres, who is the second highest paid television personality. I don't seem to be there, neither do you.
No, we don't.
And they appeared on Ellen for their cover of Home by Edward Sharpe, and the Magnetic Zeros went viral in 2010. Their lives are glamorous. They also have lived through some very difficult times as well. Jorge's mother is Mexican and was arrested and detained by ICE where she was held for 3 months before being released, and they're still fighting her case to this day. So listen to what they have to say. This very famous person, he was on Ellen, he was on America's Got Talent. His mother's held by ICE in ICE detention for 3 months. So it affects people who are U.S. citizens, people who never thought it was going to happen to them. Let's watch. So last week we spoke to social media influencer and activist Jorge Narvaez. His video went viral. He posted with his daughter Alexa singing the song Home when his daughter was just 6 years old. It received over 30 million views in just a matter of days. Since then, he's appeared with his daughter on America's Got Talent, the Ellen DeGeneres Show. We are joined again today by Jorge and his now 13-year-old daughter Alexa, who just came home from school. Alexa, Jorge, how are you?
Good.
Hi, everybody. What's going on?
Hi.
How's everybody doing?
So how was school today, Alexa? Good?
Good.
Good? So let me ask you a question. You go to school, you did this famous thing. You're on this video with 30 million people watching you. Do your friends know about this?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what do you have, like, all these followers on YouTube? They, like, everybody want to be like your best friend in school, or they kind of like not really talk about it a lot?
Not really. They treat me like a normal human being.
Yeah.
And I like that. They treat me normal. I'm not treated special, and I'm just like everybody else, which is amazing.
Well, that's good.
I fit in so much.
That's good. That's great. So let me ask you a question. You were 6 years old. I'm sorry, Jorge. I really want to talk to Alexa. We're going to get to you in a minute.
No.
Okay?
I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be fine. I'm just kidding.
So you were 6 years old, and 30 million people are watching you on YouTube. When you were 6, did you know the enormity and how special that was to have 30 million people look at you singing on YouTube?
No, actually, I didn't even know 30 million was actually a number.
You didn't even know?
I only know like 200 numbers. That was it.
Yeah.
When we went to we were on America's Got Talent. One of the, I think it was the guy, the bald guy. He was like, you know how many people watch you on the internet? It's like, he's like 609. That was yeah.
I didn't know there was that. I was like, there's probably 609 people in the crowd because I thought that was a big number in my head.
How was it to meet Ellen? Was that kind of cool? What happened first? Did you meet Ellen first, or you were on America's Got Talent first?
I think I met Ellen first.
Yeah, we met Ellen first. Yeah.
And how was it to meet?
As soon as the video went viral, like a few days later, I literally got a call from Ellen DeGeneres' producer. I was on my way to a midterm. And at UCSD, and then we got the call, and I was like, "Dude, let's go." She's like, "Yeah, let's go."
I actually didn't know. I didn't know.
She wasn't old enough to be like, "Ooh, show."
Right.
I mean, we didn't even watch the Ellen show at the time.
So you didn't know who she was. You just went on. You went on TV.
I watched a bunch of kid shows, man.
Right. So you kind of grew up on your dad's channel. Your dad became this very well-known and famous, activist and influencer on YouTube, on Facebook, on social media. How'd you come up with Realitychangers, first of all? I never asked you that question.
The word Realitychangers actually comes from a nonprofit that I'm a founding member of here in San Diego, called Realitychangers, 2 words, and they focus on getting first-generation high school students into college. And I was one of those first-generation high school students. I was one of the original members. When I opened my channel, I named it Realitychangers because I love the idea of like the state of mind, changing reality and being positive. So I thought from the very beginning that could be something I could share with my audience through my family, is changing our reality. And that's what we've been doing these past couple of years.
Time Magazine, when they saw your video that went viral, and I'm quoting from Time Magazine, it says, "This is the reason why the internet was invented." That was in 2011. How did that make you feel?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't know? Well, I'm just telling you that now. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel?
It's amazing.
Yeah. How important is your heritage to you in your everyday life, walking around, and how important is your heritage in what you teach your family?
Very important. And the reason why is because it's about honoring the people that got you to where you are. My mom, my grandmother, her grandfather, people that have inspired us to move forward and why not honor them? I mean, this, Brad. Like, my mom has been through a lot of stuff through immigration,
right? And
the way that we talk about this at home is very honest, very raw, very real. Hey, look, we're not just being successful. We're not just changing reality for us, for our family. It's also for our mothers, for the people who don't have a voice in this country, for the people who wish they could have this platform and they don't. So I feel like it's my responsibility to educate my daughters to be leaders in our community through whether it's online or offline.
Jorge, your dad, has his own immigration story, which I'm sure you're aware of, right, Alexa?
Yeah.
You're aware of his story, his immigration story. And then your grandma, you're close with your grandma?
Yeah, she actually just painted my nails right now, and
she just painted your.
Yeah, she painted my white, and I painted hers pink.
And do you know where she's from, your grandmother?
Guadalajara.
When did she get arrested by immigration? Do you remember how old you were?
2014.
2014.
Really? When she,
So you were about 9 or 10 years old, I guess, right?
yeah, I was in 4th grade, I think. But I didn't really know growing up that my grandma actually was deported until like it.
Yeah.
When she had to spend time.
I didn't
in
really
jail.
explain to her. I mean, we would go to TJ and go visit her,
And I
but
thought it was normal.
wasn't something necessary that I had to explain to a little girl about the complexity of immigration. I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Why would you bring that up to a 9 or a 10-year-old?
But when it did happen,
you told her.
I told her.
What did you tell her about Grandma getting arrested because she was previously ordered deported?
And I told her that Grandma's trying to reunite with us. She's trying to live with us because she wants to be with us and she wants to grow with us and she wants to see us grow. And because of that, there's a process that I told her that she has to go through. But they put her in this jail, and we're trying to get her out. And I mean, when the kids hears the word jail,
I've thought of a lot of bad things. I flipped out at first. I was like, why is my grandma in jail? She didn't do anything wrong. She didn't do any crime. She didn't kill somebody. And I was really confused as to someone who wants a new life just because she didn't have papers, got deported and arrested. And I understand, like, now that I'm older, I'm like, you have to go to these things legally because you have to become a citizen as well and have to have papers. But definitely, so scared for my grandma when I found out that she was in jail.
What was it like to walk into the jail to see your grandmother behind bars? You said she never committed a crime.
You did come with us, right?
She never committed a crime, right? She was just here illegally.
Yeah, she went. She actually did go to the CCA with me.
Yeah.
Didn't you? Yeah, you did.
How did that feel? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. It was really. It was like my stomach felt really heavy just looking at her, and she's not next to me. There's like a wall in between us, and I couldn't hug her. I couldn't kiss her. I could only talk to her, and I was crying. I was like, Grandma, why are you in jail? And she's like, I'll tell you later on, mija. You may not be able to understand it right now, but I'll be with you soon.
And Jorge, when you were bringing Alexa to jail, what did you tell her? Why is her grandmother in jail?
I just told her the truth. But I gave her the kids' version.
Right.
I told her that she's trying to come back, but in this country, this is the process to try to come back. And it's unfortunate because she was put in. She knew about this. She was put in shackles. I mean, when you visualize your mother being put in chains with a jail uniform, just because he's trying to live a better life, it really messes with your head, and it makes you want to fight for them even more.
Right.
So, without hesitation, I took her to protest with me. I took her to march with her. She was my daughters were both there when my mom was released.
So you had protests on behalf of your mother. Tell me about the protest and how you organized it.
We had vigils. Sorry, we had vigils.
Tell me about the vigil and how did you organize it?
Well, it was another group of people who were also doing vigils for other women who were apprehended, and we were in solidarity with all of them. But what better way to educate my kids about compassion and empathy than to show them that these people mean good, and my mom means good. This vigil is a good thing. We're just raising our voices for those who don't have a voice, and that's just goes back to the way that I want to teach my kids to be good people, to see people from a different perspective and not from a border or a line.
What were the conditions that you saw your mother was in jail, and what were the conditions that your mother told you about her living in that jail? How was she treated?
Man, I am absolutely disappointed with the way that my mom was treated in the detention center. There are a lot of needs that certain women have at certain times of the month, and certain things they need at certain times, and some of those needs weren't met for some of these people. And my mom even told me one of the women even had a seizure while she was in there. One of them wanted to quit, and my mom was a person that was in there saying, no, don't give up, because there is and it's so sad. But being in there is such a mental. It's like a it's so traumatizing. It's such a spiritually defeating feeling that you just want to quit. But my mom didn't quit. If anything, she was the one that was organizing everybody together. She like made a because they don't even have hairbrushes for women in there.
Right.
Can you believe that? Like hygienic stuff.
No,
and my mom made a hairbrush with her glasses. She took the I don't know how she did it, but just to feel a little bit more human.
No,
you know?
Yeah, and you said the right word, human. Nobody realizes how dehumanizing and how poorly treated people are treated in immigration jails. They're treated worse than being in a criminal jail. Most criminal jails are nicer and people are treated better than in immigration jails. People who commit crimes who then have to be sent over to immigration jail would much prefer to be in any criminal jail than they would in an immigration jail. And now here are people like your mother who have never committed a crime. What was their crime? They want to be with their family? What was their crime? They're trying to go work at a job that no Americans want? What was their crime? They're trying to avoid getting killed in their country, so they're trying to escape, to be treated like cattle, and not given human decency, a hairbrush, things for women for that time of month. I mean, you can go on and on and on. The conditions, if Americans saw on a regular basis the conditions that are occurring in immigration jail, they would be horrified. It's what you would think you would find in a third world country where they take prisoners that have no human rights and they put them in a dungeon and throw away the key, literally. And
what do you think about that, Alex?
It's so frustrating to see that my grandma had to fight to be in this country, just to literally be in this country. So she had to fight so she could be with her family, and now she has to fight for her life.
Yes.
It's so frustrating, and it makes me so sad that she still has to go through this. Her and so many other people, so many other individuals that are human. They have personalities. They have feelings. They cry. They are angry. They have families that they care about. To go through this, it's unacceptable, and it's not.
It's
okay.
un-American,
It's
honestly.
And the American dream is. I remember growing up and be like, the American dream is amazing. I was like, people come here from other countries and they try to start at a better place. But now that I'm older and the realization of this world, it's disgusting. It's the American dream for pretty much nobody.
Well, it's certainly not the American dream for people who want to try to come to America to make a better life for themselves, not with President Trump as our president of the United States. Let me ask you one other question. Your grandmother, she has cancer now. How is she doing?
It's really crazy. My grandma just told me today that her hair started falling off.
You saw it.
Yeah. That's from
the
chemotherapy. How much hair
chemotherapy.
did you see?
It's like this much, and
clump.
It came from my hairbrush. And to be honest, I didn't really know how to react. I literally walked into my room and I literally just closed my door and I started crying. Because she just told me, we might have to shave her hair today. And
yeah,
I've never really had to witness having my family, someone close to me, die. I've had my great grandmother, but I never really knew her that well. But I was still sad. But I straight up bursted into tears. Like, it was an hour ago. I couldn't handle the fact that my grandma just had to go through this. Her beautiful hair, her beautiful body is being messed up. Mm-hmm. And just even think about it really makes me sad.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that she has to, it makes me think of what my mom went through when she was incarcerated and how desperate some of the moms were in there just to feel a little human. They want to brush their hair. They want to change their clothes, change their underwear, little basic stuff. And then for my mom to revisit that feeling again, during chemo, and to know that something that is precious to some people, her hair, it's part of her identity. It's coming off. It's like, that's why we're frustrated, man. That's why we're tired, because my mom has been through back to back to back to back things because of a broken system.
Right.
You know, whether it's the healthcare system, whether it's our food that we're eating, or whether it's the immigration system. And it makes me angry. And I'm so proud. I'm proud that I'm able to talk to you, and I'm able to have my daughter here and have this conversation, because that's how we, in my opinion, we're supposed to teach our kids to be edgy, to be smart, to be witty, to be wise, to not be afraid. And the way that women are being treated in our country compared to other countries, it's embarrassing. And that's exactly why I go above and beyond to bring my daughter into this. Yeah, it's hard. You're probably thinking, she shouldn't know about these things. Maybe, but you know what? Sometimes they make them stronger. It's not trauma. It's empowerment to be a voice for other people. You know, and it makes me proud to hear her talk, because she's smart, dude. She's a smart kid, and so is my daughter. And kids like her deserve to be heard, because they're also going through this pain. When you deport somebody, when somebody's incarcerated over something they didn't do, it destroys everybody from the inside. Everybody, not just me, not just the person, not just the immigrant, but the community, the conscience. You know.
I can't say it any better than what you did, and you said it very passionately and eloquently. Your mom, just for everyone to know, she is in America now. She is in the process of getting her green card. She's gone through a lot. She was in detention in 2014. When was she diagnosed with cancer?
Just a few months ago.
Just a few months ago. Do you think, is there anything in your mind, in the back of your mind, that says, maybe all the stress and that she went through caused, crazy, or you just think it was just one has nothing to do with the other?
No, I agree. Dude, my mama had already gone through surgery. They cut a piece of her intestine because it was twisted. She's already going through colitis. She already had that problem with her. So imagine going into the jail, Arizona Detention Center, and also here in San Diego, with that colitis, with that pain, and she wasn't even given her medicine on time. Mm-hmm. They didn't even give her medicine until like a week later. And guess what? My mom was in pain the whole entire time. But I mean, it infuriates me, because it's still happening today, when these quote unquote caravans that are bringing people to the border, and then they're being seeking for asylum. They're put in an Arizona detention center, and then they're in there. They put them in chains, dude. I don't think people understand that. They're put in chains. My mom was put in chains. She never committed a serious crime like that. Why would they even?
She never committed a crime. Period. There's no crime that was ever committed. Yeah. Being out of status in America is not a crime. There was no crime ever committed by your mom. Now, what happens? I'll tell you what happens in the United States, which people don't realize. All of the immigration jails are privatized jails. They are jails that the U.S. government pays a company to run on behalf of the U.S. government to hold immigrants. The companies have only one rule: make as much money as they can. They don't care about the person as a human being. They don't care about human rights. They don't care about civil rights. They don't care about people's comfort. As a private company, what they say is, we are going to keep the person alive. That's our only thing until they get deported. We don't care anything else, because every penny, if we give them a hairbrush, if we give them a maxi pad, that's money out of the profit from that company. That is why
inhuman.
It is inhuman, and that is why
I had to give my mom. I had to give my mom, I think, like $100, just so she can not only call us, but she needed the money to pay for tampons.
That's right. She has to pay for it.
Tampons cost money.
That's right.
In a jail.
That's right. And if you don't have money, too bad. And there's a lot of people who unfortunately don't have a son in the United States to give money, and then they got a problem. And these private this is not the U.S. government jailing. This is a private company.
And you know what? It's a perfect thing for them, because they get all these non-English speakers that go into these jails, and they don't want to talk about what they went through. Why do you think my mom is writing a book right now about what she went through? She's gonna finish writing it. Do you think cancer is gonna stop her from being out loud and having a voice? Hell no.
No.
If anything, we're stronger now because of what she's going through. But we're tired. I just want my mom to become a citizen. I just want her to be here. She's been here since she was 16. Right. This is over.
And
this
she's
needs to be
how
over.
old? And she's how old now?
She's 49.
49. She's been here since she was 16. Never committed a crime, and they stick her in jail for 3 months to try to deport her.
Huh.
It's terrible.
It's ridiculous.
It's terrible. Well, I can tell you, based on our private conversations, that she sounds like she's on her way, and we just wish her the best in terms of getting better health-wise. She's been through a lot. She has been through a lot. She's my age, and she's been through 7 lives that I've been through already. And she has suffered, and we just want her to be better and be able to enjoy and live out the rest of her life with her family, and that's what we all pray for.
Anything you want to say?
I think people really need to realize what is going on. We live in a very privileged country, to be honest. And it's really important that we know about these things, and especially for those people, for people who are immigrants that didn't even know they were immigrants until later on, and then they end up becoming deported, yet they live their whole life here in America. It's sad because they should never, no one ever deserves that.
And not only does no one deserve it, but the United States allowed this to happen. They allowed your grandmother to live here out of status from 16 to 49 before they jail her. They allow people to have families, to build a life for themselves, just to rip them out of their lives and throw them in jail 30, 40 years later. It's terrible.
It's traumatizing. It's inhuman. If I was to definitely explain what this is, it's one word, and it's inhuman.
It is. And hopefully we'll be able to have more conversations, not only with you, but other people, and be able to put a spotlight on what is a really terrible, terrible thing that's going on in this country.
This needs to stop. And I really think that definitely it really needs to change.
Things need to change.
I can't say it any better. Well, hopefully it's going to start with young people like yourself who have a lot of brains and a lot of smarts and a lot of really good things to say. So hopefully it starts with you and your friends and your colleagues and everybody around the United States, because it's going to be you, the 13-year-olds of the world, who are going to eventually turn 18, 19, 20, 21, who hopefully will make a change. Jorge, yes. Alexa, thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
All right, Jorge and Alexa.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a good interview. I like that. All right, we have a couple more.
We do.
Couple more social media questions before we end our show. Let's go quickly.
Okay.
Belgium, Kim?
I'm in. I'm a survivor. Said, can a J1 visa who's been granted a home waiver still travel to their home country before the status change?
As long as the J1 visa is good, yeah.
Glama's asking for a friend. Her friend was in an abusive marriage. She filed for VAWA, and they're getting ready for the interview. She wants to know if she has to take original documents to the interview. All she has are photocopies.
If you have original documents, bring them.
Bella said, a friend of mine's mother came to the U.S. and overstayed her B1, B2. My friend's a citizen. Can he file for his mom?
As long as he's over 21, yes, and the mom could adjust her status here.
Janine said, hey guys, I'm removing conditions on a temporary green card. After biometrics, what's the next step?
Wait for an interview.
Amadou has a follow-up. He said, so if you're married to an American citizen and you're filing taxes separately after 2 years, is there going to be a problem to get the 10-year green card?
Yes, because you don't have a joint financial relationship with your spouse, which is one of the requirements for proving it's a real marriage.
Avi said, my question is, I went to the interview for a CR1 visa and they asked for relationship documents. As I've submitted everything they've asked for, recently they sent me a letter, INA 221G. What administrative processing? What does this mean?
It means they're thinking about your case and they don't feel like making a decision. So if you don't hear from them in the next 90 days, give us a call and we will have to get in contact with the consulate wherever you may be living and see if we can push it along.
O'Neill said, hey, good evening, Brad. My friend's a U.S. citizen. How long would it take to bring her daughter here? Her daughter is 30 years old.
if the daughter's single, about 7-8 years.
Colin said, my wife and I live with my uncle and his family together, and we're waiting for our interview. We don't pay rent and don't have any bills in the house because it's my uncle's house. So how do we show proof that we're actually together and that we live together?
Well, there's lots of ways to prove you live together. You have a cell phone bill, right? Where does a cell phone bill go to? You can get a letter from your aunt saying you rent space in her home. You have a bank account with your spouse, I assume. You pay taxes with your spouse, I assume. If you actually live in this home, you have to be getting some sort of junk mail or something to show that you're living there. There's lots of ways to prove that you're living in a place even if you don't have a lease.
Man, even junk mail counts?
Even junk mail counts.
Wow.
Right.
The only time junk mail's
That's
a positive
right.
thing.
Save it.
Don't
That's
throw
right.
it away.
That's right.
Binta Billo Ba would like to know, I'm filing for my husband and our lawyer gave us a list of things immigration wants from us. They're asking for the last 3 years of tax returns. However, for the last 3 years, my income was really low. Is that going to affect us or no?
If you're below 125% above the poverty level, yes, it's going to affect you. You'll need a second affidavit of support. If it's above the poverty, 125% above the poverty level, it's not a problem. I don't know what a little low means, different things to different people.
That's true. Curly Girl Shauna said, hey Brad, how long does it take to get a receipt number to track on USCIS after filing the I-360?
About 2 to 3 weeks. About 2 to 3 weeks. I was faster than the Julian the TriCaster guy.
You're quick with it.
Yeah.
Rosemarie said, my sister in the U.S. Is in the U.S. for over 10 years. I've paid my taxes. Is there any way I could apply for a work permit? And if so, how much money would it cost to do that?
Yeah, there's no such thing as I pay my taxes, I deserve a work permit. That doesn't happen. Come see me. Let's see what options you have.
Ainsworth said, I'm married for the last 3 years. I have one arrest, and the case ended in a disorderly conduct. What do I need to find citizenship? I have not paid taxes, but my wife has.
Why has he not? What was his issue?
I'm assuming he hasn't worked because it said he's been married for 3 years.
Well, if he hasn't worked, there's no requirement that you have to pay taxes. You just have to show your wife supported you, and they may question why an able-bodied man is not working. If you're working and not paying taxes, then you ain't going to become a citizen. And I shouldn't use ain't. No. Ain't no such thing as a word as ain't. It's the second time I used it today.
Yeah, and you're not an ain't guy.
I'm not an ain't person.
That's weird.
Very weird.
What's influencing you with the ain't, Brad? I got no clue.
I ain't got a clue.
I ain't got no clue.
Ain't got no clue.
See, you have to. Ain't is not a thing that New Yorkers can say.
It's not a word
because they don't say it properly.
Yeah.
Ain't.
Yeah. You got to be like Southern.
You got to be real Southern to do it.
Yeah.
Grant wants to know, can someone become a citizen if they were granted a green card through a 245I EWI?
Yes. You know what that means?
What's that, Brad?
That means you were grandfathered in. You were able to pay a $1,000 penalty fee because you entered the country without inspection. You were still able to get your green card. I always talk about the grandfathering. That's what that was.
So, Queena has a really interesting question.
Okay, I'll listen intently.
Now, she's Dennis Ute's wife, and I know Dennis Ute had questions yesterday, and I don't remember what they are.
Okay.
What she's wondering is, can she stick some sticky notes on all the documents she's sending to immigration? I'm assuming to explain what each document is and what the purpose of each document is.
No, don't put sticky notes on a document because they're going to come off.
Right.
All right. And I would assume that immigration knows what a birth certificate is. You don't have to say, this is my birth certificate, here's the sticky note.
Right.
Okay. What you may want to do is write a cover letter saying, here is a list of documents that I am submitting, and this is the purpose of why I'm submitting it. So write it in a cover letter and list everything, but don't put it on a sticky note.
And I guessed why she was sticking, and I was 100% right. The next thing was, I just want to put sticky notes all over my documents to explain what they are. So
you don't need to. That's called a cover letter.
Yeah.
All right. Is that it?
We got.
We got more.
2 more.
Okay.
Carlene said, does using Medicaid health insurance affect immigration benefits?
At the moment, no. Assuming you already have a green card, no. Getting a green card, different story, but assuming you have a green card, no.
And our very last question of the evening is from Hannah, who said, I'm a green card holder. Should I be worried going to court for a violation of simple trespassing? Is ICE going to be waiting for me at the courthouse? Please help.
You should always be worried going to court on a criminal case, whether it's simple or not simple. Have a good lawyer. I don't know whether ICE will be there or not. I mean, I can call them and find out, but I don't think they're going to tell me.
I was going to say.
Right. Excuse me, will you be there? Yes, we will.
I got one more who slid in under the radar. Wadsworth Mungo. It's the name alone got me to ask the question, Wadsworth.
Okay. Humongo.
Mungo.
Oh, I thought he was Wadsworth Humongo.
Humongo.
He's got a Wadsworth of Humongo in him. You know.
I don't know what that means, but that sounds dirty, and I don't
sounds
like
dirty,
it.
Right?
Yes. Tomorrow's hump day, Wadsworth. Keep it down.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds dirty too. Keep it down, Wadsworth. Humongo.
Humongo. Wadsworth wants to know, I'm trying to remove conditions from my 2-year green card. How long is it going to take to get the 10-year? When I checked it online, it's showing me that it's at the local office.
You're getting closer, that's for sure. That means they're going to schedule you for an interview soon.
Okay. And that's all we got.
All right.
Hey.
Comments of the day, Belgium Kim. Comments of the day.
Now, listen, Brad, we've got a first ever.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's all men.
All men comments.
All male comments.
Because about 70 to 80% of our viewing audience are females.
Are female.
But the men have one. But the men have one out.
But yeah, today it's the dudes.
Okay.
Dudes are being funny today.
All right. It's one of them Wadsworth.
No, none of them are Wadsworth.
Okay.
The first one is actually Fox Racing, who we know is a man.
Who you thought was a woman for some reason. I don't know why.
I do feel like their YouTube pictures is a woman.
Yeah, because he has long hair.
Oh, and I didn't click on the YouTube picture to see. There it is.
Yeah.
Fox Racing said, Bradshaw is definitely unique. Not only do you get USCIS Q&A, you also get the news through schmoozing.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's where I get most of my news.
That's right. That's where Yo-Yo gets all of his news.
Yeah, that is absolutely.
He says afterwards, he goes, I learned everything about the news from just listening to you schmooze.
Yeah, schmoozing for Yo-Yo is a nonstop surprise
fest.
It
is very true.
It is just a full oh.
Really? That's happening?
Yeah. On YouTube also, we've got Dave John who said, this show is like a university in my brain.
Oh, that's very good, Dave John.
You're absolutely right.
Yes.
It is like a brain university.
Brainversity.
Is that
a brainversity?
And then finally, we've got Jeff Bosey, and who hasn't pulled one out the park in a little while.
No.
But he did today. He said, I'm going to be, so he goes crazy with the decorations at his house.
Yes.
He dresses up as Santa every year.
Yes.
He goes hard. He said, I'm going to be taking my 2018 Santa picture this year, holding up the Brad Show Live logo.
All right, way to go.
Jeff,
but is he going to just use it for our show, or is he going to really just do it?
Yeah, exactly. As you're ho-ho-hoing throughout Long
I mean, if we
Island.
look on Facebook and you have other, Santa pictures up and not
Brad Show Live.
Right. We'll know he's just doing it for
and
our
I'll
show.
send you a high quality logo so you know
That's
it looks good.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, Hump Day tomorrow. So you get news and Hump Day news, and we'll be back live at 5:30. See you then. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800 1-800-529-5465, and now conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465.